Rabbit Air makes only two different models of air purifiers, and both of them are on the table here today. They make the BioGS 2.0, that's this model right here, and the -A2, which is the model here on the far end. Each model has several submodels, but these are the two primary models. So let's talk about the BioGS 2.0 first. The BioGS 2.0 features two submodels, the BioGS 550A and the BioGS 625A. The model on the table here today is the 625A. If it was the 550A, you wouldn't know the difference because they look exactly the same. The only difference between them is the output. They are an identical size and weight. So what do we mean by different output? Well, each unit intakes a certain amount of air and outputs a certain amount of air. The amount of air that it's actually able to process, the amount of air that it outputs, is the output that we're talking about. And to describe output, we like to use CFM. The 550A outputs at approximately 170 CFM, and the 625A is closer to about 190 CFM. So it's not a substantial difference, but it is a difference nonetheless. The fact that it's not a substantial difference is reflected in the price. The 550A is normally only a little bit less expensive than the 625A, and between the two, we would definitely recommend the 625A just for that extra output. It's definitely worth it, especially when we discuss later how even the output that it does have is not really good enough to begin with. So the first thing you're going to notice about the BioGS 2.0, and the thing that may have attracted you to this unit to begin with, is the fact that it features a non-traditional design and aesthetic. This is a very modern design on this unit. It uniquely has a front here that is completely solid. There is no front grille on this unit. Instead, it intakes air on the sides, so on the side here, and also on the bottom and on this side as well. And then it outputs in a non-traditional way as well. On the back here, it's kind of got a wedge shape, and this wedge shape outputs kind of up but to the side. While most other units on the market, including this -A2 on the end here, they output out of the top. So definitely a non-traditional design, definitely a modern aesthetic, a very nice looking air purifier. And that is definitely the one thing that stands out most about this air purifier. It doesn't even have a traditional control panel. The control panel is up here. You can't really see it on video right now, but we'll be sure to show you some footage here added on later on. But the control panel up top here with this front piece on top of the unit is also a very modern design. It's barely visible under normal conditions until you actually turn the unit on. And then when you turn it on, then you can actually see the illumination. But overall, very modern design, very beautiful design, and that is definitely a strong positive for this unit. This unit does feature traditional methods of particle filtration and gas filtration, unwanted gas filtration. Of course, air itself is a gas, so you don't want to filter out the air from itself. That doesn't even make sense. But there are definitely unwanted gases that can combine with the air that is part of the air. And to remove those gases, you want a carbon filter, and this unit does feature a carbon filter. It also features a HEPA filter for filtering particles. Now, a HEPA filter and a carbon filter is something that you're going to find on most air purifiers on the market. This unit is certainly not unique in that sense. So it is unique in its design and its aesthetic, its control panel. A lot of the exterior features of this unit are unique, but when you get inside there and you get to the actual filtration part of it, it's really not that unique. It has a standard HEPA filter and a standard carbon filter. It is of special note that this unit does have a carbon filter that features activated carbon pellets instead of a thin coated fiber where it's just a fibrous filter that's coated with carbon. This one actually has individual pellets in there. And that is definitely a strong positive for gas filtration. We strongly prefer pellet-based carbon filters, but that is a feature that you can find on cheaper units. The Winix 5500-2, for example, has a very similar carbon filter, also pellet-based, and that unit retails for less than half of what you can expect to pay for this BioGS 2.0 here. The Winix unit also has greater CFM. It's at approximately 250 CFM, which we strongly prefer for most applications compared to the 190 or so CFM that you get out of this BioGS 2.0 here. So why the high price on this unit? Why is it retailing for around $400 or so? First of all, this unit is very well made. We haven't talked about that yet, but we will now. It is very well made. There's high quality parts involved with the making of this unit, high quality craftsmanship, workmanship. There definitely was a lot of work put into the design of this unit to get it out there on the market. And we definitely appreciate the fact that this is one of the more durable units out there. It also has that modern aesthetic that we've talked about at length so far. And that's definitely a strong positive as well. You may want to put the air purifier in a room where you don't want it to stand out like a sore thumb. You want it to integrate well with the rest of your furniture. And if that's the case, this unit is definitely a strong option for that type of application. For us, though, for most applications, those two reasons alone, that better durability and that better aesthetic, is not going to be enough to sway us to recommend this unit over top-rated units that we do recommend. Again, something like the Winix 5500-2, a top-rated unit, is going to provide you similar particle filtration, similar gas filtration for a much lower price, and we would tend to recommend those units over something like this BioGS 2.0. Next, we have the -A2, which we have on the end here. And the -A2, again, features submodels. In this case, there are 3 submodels compared to the 2 submodels for this BioGS 2.0. We have 3 submodels for the -A2. And those 3 submodels are the 700A, the 780A, and the 780N. Now, again, you have very similar design for all 3 units. The unit we have on the table here today is actually the 780N. And the 780N is unique in that it features wireless functionality. The N, we speculate, stands for network. So network functionality, being able to be used over a wireless network. That is what the 780N offers, and the 700A and the 780A do not. So the 780N is a great option if that's something that is important to you. If you want to control your air purifier wirelessly with an app, that is something that is a strong suit for the -A2 780N specifically. The -A2 in general features a rectangular design, as you can see here on the table. It's relatively thin, and that makes it uniquely appropriate for wall mounting. Now, that is definitely one of the more unique features for this unit. A wall kit is available, and you can mount this unit on the wall. And that is definitely a strong positive if that is something that is a priority for you. If that's something that you want to do, if you don't want to put the air purifier on the ground, if you want to mount it to the wall, the -A2 is one of few, if not the only, air purifier on the market that allows you to do that. Other unique features for the -A2 is the fact that it has 5 fan speeds. Most units on the market only have 4 or 3. So 5 fan speeds give you that extra layer of adjustability to set the fan speed to the exact speed that you want to output noise at a tolerable level. So, let's say you can only tolerate fan speed level 3 or 4, having that extra level there, those extra adjustments there allow you to really precisely set the fan speed to exactly what you want. The -A2 also uniquely features 2 additional filters. Most units on the market feature a pre-filter, a HEPA filter for particle filtration, and a carbon filter for gas filtration. The -A2 has 2 additional filters, a medium filter, which filters particles 1 micron or larger, and it features a customizable filter. So the customizable filter is going to allow you to choose from 4 different filters as a customized choice as to which filter you want to put in that position. Options include a germ defense, a toxin absorber, a pet allergy, and a odor remover filter. For our test unit, we chose a odor remover filter, and the odor remover filter was really just an additional carbon filter. The carbon filter that's installed in this unit is the same type of carbon filter that's installed in the BioGS 2.0. It's the same type of filter that's installed on the Winix 5500-2. It is a pellet-based carbon filter. So stock in this -A2, that's what you're going to get. With the odor filter, the odor customizable filter, you're going to get an extra carbon filter that's of the fibrous variety. So that fiber coated with carbon, that's the extra odor filter that you get along with the -A2. And it's important to stress that you get to choose from those 4. You don't need to pay anything additional. You simply choose from those 4, and then one of those 4 will come either installed in the unit if you choose to have it installed, or it will just ship with the unit. But one of those 4 customizable filters is a standard option on any of these -A2 units. The -A2 is definitely one of the more expensive units on the market. It normally retails for well over $500, depending on the submodel and the exact submodel that you purchase. The question then is it worth it? Is it worth this higher price as really being the flagship Rabbit air purifier on the market? And our answer to that is, unfortunately, no. At least not for the extra fan speed or the extra filters. Top-rated units provide sufficient filtration. They provide a sufficient number of fan speeds. You don't really need those extra features on the -A2. And for this reason, we generally do not recommend the 700A or the 780A submodels. Now, the 780N is definitely worth a look because of that added smart functionality. That is something that you will not find on most other air purifiers on the market. And it's kind of appropriate to have that level of functionality at this level of quality of air purifier. I mean, these are definitely more well-made than most other air purifiers on the market. And when you're dealing with a premium level air purifier, to get that wireless functionality in there is definitely a strong positive attribute that this air purifier has. And to go down to a 700A or a 780A instead of the 780N it just wouldn't be recommended. The -A2 in general is recommended if you want the wall-mounted air purifier. If you want the high quality, aesthetically pleasing air purifier, the -A2 is a great option. And if you do want a unit that features smart functionality, the 780N here is definitely a great option. So what is the conclusion with Rabbit air purifiers? The truth is that they are very well made, high quality parts, great workmanship, great features. Both of these units ship with a remote. These are high quality air purifiers. Is it worth the money? We don't think so. Not for most people. If you do find the aesthetics highly pleasing, if you do value some of the unique options available on these units, then certainly you can go for it. They're not bad air purifiers by any means. They are good air purifiers. There are just better value units to be had, and that's why these units are not necessarily top-rated units. For a complete list of top-rated units, you can see our full guide on air purifiers that we will link to in the description to this video. But as a conclusion for Rabbit air purifiers, good air purifiers, great air purifiers even, but not the best value for most users, and therefore generally not recommended for most users.